Hey guys, what's up? Today we are going to talk about how much this rehab costs. This was a flip that I did. This was actually my first flip, and I had a request from a subscriber, Hugo. Thank you for suggesting this video. Just wanted to go a little more in depth on what's involved in the contractor's quote or estimate. Just to give you guys an idea of what things might cost. And since this was a fairly extensive rehab, I hope that this will give you an idea of what things may cost. Now, every area is different, every contractor is different, and the scope of work is also going to be different. So take everything with a grain of salt. This was also 3 years ago, so prices may have changed since then, which I think they have. For example, I think in this one, the appliance package was $2,200. I think now that's $2,400. Just to give you guys an idea, I am completely hands off when it comes to flips. I don't do any of the work myself. I have a general contractor, and they keep as much stuff in-house as possible, and then they sub anything out that they need to sub out. So the nice thing is I don't have to really worry about anything. We just kind of figure out the scope of work. They give me this quote and they stick to it really well unless something, drastically changes or I add stuff. And so it's nice to have some pretty solid numbers in that regard. So I know at the beginning what my flip is going to cost. So we will dive into, well, first let's take a look at the house before the rehab. Here's a few pics just to give you an idea of what we were working with. It was a foreclosure. I believe we purchased it for $115,000. It was in really rough shape, smelled horrible. The dogs had pretty much destroyed the place. And so anyway, let's dive into what it looks like on the quote here. And we'll just kind of go line by line. And hopefully I'll understand everything. This was a few years ago. All right, first of all, we've got new trim here for the entire house, just because the trim that was there was too beat up to paint. So we did all new white trim, $1,800. This house was a 3-bed, 1-bath. We made it a 3-bed, 2-bath. And it was roughly, I want to say, 1,800 square feet, something like that. We had to replace a significant amount of drywall because there was a lot of damage, and we added that second bathroom, so there's a fair amount of drywall work in there as well, and that cost $2,260. Paint for the entire house, $5,450. That includes wall, ceiling trim, and there were some doors that we kept that were in decent shape that we painted white. Replaced all the outlets and switches for $900. Hardwired interconnected smoke and CO2 detectors. There's 10 of those for $1,200. Oh, and just so you guys know, these numbers, it all includes labor. This is labor plus actual costs. All new registers and returns throughout, $650. All new door hardware, $550. That includes hinges, handles, and stops. We reglazed the windows. We actually replaced a few, so I think that number went a little bit higher. That was $1,600. Just to give you an idea of what windows cost. If you're just replacing the glass, it'll be around $250. It might be a little bit less, could be a little bit more. It depends on the type of window. Needed a new furnace and AC. That total was $4,850. Needed a new water heater. That was $800. We did all new red oak flooring on the first floor. This was actually a quad level, so it was kind of a smaller living room there, and then we carpeted the rest. So we did red oak. That was $3,650. Carpet for the rest of the house, $3,950. Then we get into lighting here. Had 11 flush mounts for $385. 2 ceiling fans for $400 total. 2 pendant lights in the kitchen, $320. A 5-light chandelier in the living room, I think, $108. And then we get to the kitchen. So we gutted the kitchen. I think we went with the 42-inch option. So that was $5,100 instead of the $4,500 for the 36-inch cabinets, with crown, soft close cabinets, all white. Stainless steel package, $2,200 for, that would be the fridge, stove, microwave, and dishwasher. Granite countertops were $1,650. Quartz option was $2,275. We didn't end up doing quartz. Faucet and sink were $380. The new patio door was $800. For the upstairs bath, the vinyl tile floor was $300. New tub was $400. New Moen Positemp valve was $300. And we did a tile surround with mosaic that looked really nice, $1,200. Single vanity with granite top was $450. Toilet was $200. Faucet $85. 3 towel bars $120. Vanity light $120, and a wood frame mirror for $80. So we added a lower level bath. There was a laundry room that we just decided to move to the kind of the sub basement area, and so we had this space where that was plenty big for a bathroom. So we had to add some underground plumbing for $850, a fan vent for $175, removed a window for $175, framed and insulated it. Frame walls and ceiling $400. There was a crack in the concrete that we had to fill for $300. Vinyl tile floor $375. New tub was $400. New Moen Positemp valve $300. Another tile surround with mosaic $1,200. Vanity with granite top. This was a little bit more because it was double vanity, $450. Toilet $200. Faucet $85. 3 towel bars $120. Vanity light $120, and wood frame mirror $80. Now the exterior, we repaired the trim around the garage door. That was $150. Painted the exterior trim and shutters for $550. Added a downspout for $80. That might have been more than one though. Repaired some fascia, $65. Power washed the exterior, $275. We did not paint the deck because the weather did not permit, but we did repair it, and we offered a $400 or $500 credit, I think, at closing to paint the deck or stain the deck. Landscaping, there was a fair amount to take out and refresh, so that was $1,000. Cleaned the gutters for $200. Repaired the front door jamb for $45. The roof was a complete tear off, and that was $64.50. Total budget on this was just under $56,000. I think there were a couple of other extras. I usually plan on 10% overage for rehabs, just for stuff that comes up, or you might change your mind on, say, light fixtures or flooring or something like that. And I think we did come in right around $60,000. So let's take a look at the after pictures here and see how it all turned out. I think this one turned out really nice. I was very pleased with it. We contracted so we were all in for, I think, $175,000 plus some carrying costs. And we ended up we contracted at $230,000. So for first flip, not too shabby. Just had a really fun time kind of designing it and figuring out the process. And thanks to Hugo again for suggesting this. If you guys want to see other things, whether it's rehabs or whatever, if you're just curious about something else in real estate investing, drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys want to learn about or find out more about, and I will be happy to try to address those things. So thanks for sticking around, and we'll see you in the next video. Later, guys.